Hi, I'm Sam Carman with the Indiana Division of Forestry, and with me today is forest wildlife biologist Scott Haulton, and we're here at Morgan Monroe State Forest to talk about deer. I think there are probably a few deer out here, aren't there?
There are a few deer out here. There's a lot of forest managers that actually wonder how they can kind of help their property survive under the influence of deer. Deer can have a big impact on a forest, on a developing forest, a regenerating forest. Deer are selective feeders. They tend to prefer some species over others. A lot of those species that they tend to prefer are ones that are commercially valuable: oaks, hickories, maples. When deer focus too much on that regeneration and not allow those tree species to regenerate into the canopy, the species composition of some of your forest can change over time, and it might not reflect the species composition that you would like.
Now, you use the term browse. Can you explain what that means?
Yeah, deer will feed on plants, and if you think about cows, they're grazers. They'll graze along the ground. Deer actually were browsing up on vegetation like this little hickory. It'll actually, a couple feet off the ground or so, they're feeding on the tips of this woody material, especially this time of year. We haven't had green up yet. This woody vegetation is persistent through the year, and it's something that they'll feed on. So when you're looking through your forest and you're seeing that you're finding a lot of browsing on these species that they do prefer to eat, like the hickories and the oaks, but you're not finding a lot of browsing on things like beech or sycamore, pawpaw, spicebush, that's an indication that they may be affecting some of the tree species that you want to grow in your forest.
As a landowner, are there things you can do to alleviate the problem?
Well, hunting is really the best way, is if either yourself or get someone else to hunt your property for you, and it's probably one of the most efficient ways to keep the number of deer down.
So aside from hunting, are there other methods that landowners can use?
A really easy method that if deer aren't having a huge impact on your property is when you have openings and when you have harvests, is to just leave the slash that comes from the tree, cutting the top off, leaving it at the site, large limbs, just leaving that at the harvest site, and kind of creating a barrier for deer so they can't get at the regeneration that's coming up. They tend to kind of follow the path of least resistance. So if there's a lot of slash in an area, they'll tend to walk around it and leave that area alone.
Well, deer can be quite a problem, but they're a beautiful animal as well. So I think most people, if they're a woodland owner, would like to see some deer, but how many are too many? Is there a rule of thumb there?
Well, it's a hard question to answer. It really depends on the landowner and what their objectives for their forest are, their land. And if they have more of an interest in seeing wildlife and seeing deer, it's probably not too difficult to get them on their property to see them.
All right, well, Scott, thank you very much.
You bet, Sam.
And if you're a forest landowner in Indiana and would like assistance with managing your woods, either for deer or for timber, contact the Department of Natural Resources. For more forestry information, be sure and visit our website. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the woods.